Arlington. She is down for the holidays. I figured many of you knew her and didn't see her as she came in. She just walked in the door.
Oh, we saw her. We saw her.
As you can tell, we do not have a bulletin this morning. How many of you are nervous about not having something in your hand to follow? Back there at the back.
I'm nervous.
Well, we'll try to get through this today if we can. I don't know of the announcements that's going on. Are we going to begin choir practice? You're not next Wednesday, are you?
No, not
Okay. Okay. No choir practice next week. I assume you'll get into it probably. Okay. Okay. The Wednesday after the 1st, we'll begin our choir practice again. I want you to remember we're having lunch right after the service. We had some leftovers from our Christmas Day dinner. So I hope you will plan to stay. I hope many of you got the word for this, but plan to stay and eat with us. I'm not sure how much turkey and ham we've got, but we've got some meat, we've got some vegetables, some casseroles, and probably some desserts or something along that line.
And dressing.
And dressing. So I hope you will plan to stay and eat with us after lunch. Do we have any announcements that we need to mention?
No Bible study.
No Bible study this Wednesday, I'm sure.
Correct.
Okay, okay. I want you to know, Warren and I carried some food and the gifts out to the families and to the kids the other day. And one of the ladies, she had 3 children that was at the house. And of course, we had put all the presents in a big plastic garbage bags, black bags, you couldn't see through them. And as we walked in with the food and the big bags of the gifts, the lady told her little kids, she had 2 little ones there, about 6 and 8, something like that. And she said, the elves are helping Santa out this year. He wasn't going to be able to get here, so, you know. And I said, well, I do not have the pointed ears, I do not have the curly toes, but I said, Santa told us where to come to. And this little boy's look on his face, he looked like he was just kind of taking it all in. He wasn't sure whether to believe that or not, but he was tickled to death. And I want you to know the people were very gracious about the food that was sent. We had lots of stuff brought from the church. Many of you have on the table, if you want to take one of these home with you, Cheryl Ann made these up, just kind of what happened Christmas Day. And those of you that were here, this was my first time, but this was a very tremendous day. We saw people come in that may not have had a Christmas meal had it not been for the church. And but it was a day that was just great. But Cheryl Ann kind of wrote up a little bit about what took place and what the ministry of this church kind of is about for this Christmas day. And so just take a moment and read it, or take one home with you. And it was a wonderful time. It's a great ministry in this church. Anything before we get started with our worship?
Pastor Jim,
Yes, ma'am.
I want to remind everybody that today is the last day that if they want to give anything to the church, today's the last day for the offering.
Okay, those of you that are trying to get it in for the IRS now, go ahead and make your checks out and whatever you need to. And we'll take big checks or little checks, right, Sharon? Okay, all right. But this will be the cutoff date for this year, so.
There's no limit today.
Let's begin our service. Emmanuel, would you stand with us?